Can I be real with you for just a moment? Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever caught yourself diving into a relationship? Not because it felt right, but because you were simply tired of feeling alone. Maybe it was one of those quiet nights when the silence felt suffocating. Or maybe it was the subtle, or not so subtle, pressure from friends and family constantly asking, when are you going to find someone? And before you even realize it, you're clinging to the idea of anyone, just to fill that ache you feel inside of you. If that resonates with you, know this: you're not weird, broken, or desperate. You're beautifully human, and you're never truly alone in this, and your journey is shared by more hearts than you realize. In fact, if that's ever been you, or if it's you right now, I want you to drop a word of hope in the comments, because I promise this space is safe, and your honesty might encourage someone else who is silently struggling. But now, I want to gently challenge you with a question that could shift your entire perspective on love and timing. Are you genuinely seeking someone to share your life with? Or are you just trying to avoid the weight of loneliness? Let that sink in. Because here's the truth we rarely talk about enough. Loneliness is real. It is not weakness. It's not failure. It is a very human experience. It creeps in quietly, making the nights feel longer, the silence louder, and the waiting unbearable. And in those moments, we become vulnerable to settling, not for what we truly want, not for what our heart longs for, but for what's simply available. But what if I told you loneliness doesn't have to lead to compromise? That this season of waiting, yes, even the painful, frustrating parts, might actually be preparing you for a love aligned with your worth and purpose. There's purpose in this pause. It's not wasted time. It's intentional refinement. Stick with me, because in this video, we're going to unpack the difference between filling a void and building a future. And if you're ready for love that is real, not rushed, then do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this too. And before we move on, I want to hear from you. Have you ever settled just to escape the loneliness? Drop your story, your heart, your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and your voice matters here. Let's talk about something we often overlook. Loneliness isn't just a passing emotion. It's a powerful force. It presses on your heart like a weight you can't shake. And when it gets heavy enough, it doesn't just affect how you feel. It starts to affect how you see. Suddenly, red flags start looking like rescue flares. And if you are not careful, you may find yourself stepping into relationships not out of love or purpose, but out of pain, out of the deep ache of not wanting to be alone anymore. But here's the truth we have to confront. When loneliness becomes your reason, it can lead you into situations that don't reflect your true value or God's best for your life. Pause here for a second. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever settled for someone who made you feel less alone, but not necessarily more whole? If so, you're far from alone. Countless others have walked this path, and there's absolutely no shame in your story. Drop a word, divine peace, or comfort in waiting, in the comments if you've been there. Let's start a conversation around healing, not hiding. Because what happens in these moments is something many of us never saw coming. We form what are often called soul ties. These are not just emotional crushes. They are deep spiritual bonds that latch onto your heart, sometimes even long after the relationship has ended. They can be incredibly confusing, pulling you back into unhealthy patterns, making it hard to discern God's gentle whispers from the noise of emotional attachment. And here's the thing, once those ties are in place, they don't just dissolve with distance or time. They require healing. They require truth. They require a heart willing to surrender and be made whole. Rushing into love Just to escape the void is like slapping a bandage over a deep wound. It might cover the pain for a moment, but healing doesn't happen through hiding. It happens through intentional time, reflection, and grace. And here's something profoundly beautiful that I don't want you to miss. When our hearts are tangled, what we need most isn't another person. It's spiritual clarity. And that clarity often comes in solitude. Even Jesus, the Son of God, he understood the weight and the wisdom of solitude. Before he began his ministry, before he gathered the disciples, before the miracles and the mission, he withdrew. He stepped away from the noise. He embraced solitude. Not because he was weak, but because he was preparing. That silence wasn't a setback. It was sacred preparation. In those quiet moments, Jesus wasn't alone. He was with the Father, receiving strength, clarity, and divine direction for what was next. Therefore, if even Jesus didn't rush, why do you think you have to? If he valued solitude before stepping into connection, then maybe the waiting season you're in right now isn't a punishment. It's protection. It's preparation. It's a sacred pause before a divine assignment. I want to hear from you. What has your waiting season been teaching you? Comment below and let's build each other up in this journey. And if this message is speaking to your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Tap that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with a friend who has been feeling the pressure to settle. Let's remind them, God's timing is never late, and his love never settles for less than best. Here's a mindset shift that could completely transform the way you see this season of your life. This is not a delay, it is development. Let that settle in your spirit for a moment. We often treat singleness like a layover, something to rush through on the way to the real destination of being in a relationship. But what if I told you that this isn't just a delay, it's divine development? Your season of singleness isn't empty, lacking, or something that makes you lesser. It's God's sacred workshop where he shapes your heart for something greater. This is the sacred space where the master potter, your creator, is shaping your heart, strengthening your character, refining your purpose, and anchoring your identity. And here's the key. He's not preparing you to revolve your life around someone else. He's preparing you to stand fully in who he created you to be. If that speaks to you, say Amen in the comments. Let's declare that this season matters. Because here's the truth. When you try to skip the process, you sabotage the promise. Rushing to fill the emptiness with just anyone might bring temporary comfort, but it robs you of the deeper joy that comes from walking into a relationship as a whole, healed, and purpose-filled person. So, instead of asking, when will someone choose me? Ask, who am I becoming in the waiting? Use this time wisely. Deepen your intimacy with God, because no earthly love can substitute divine connection. Clarify your purpose. Your calling doesn't start when someone walks in. It starts now. Explore your passions, because your uniqueness is part of the gift you'll bring into a future relationship. Singleness is not a delay, it's development. It is not a punishment or flaw. It is sacred preparation. Use it to become someone who is ready, not desperate. Someone who is whole, not half looking for their other half. Someone who walks into love, not from a place of need, but from a place of abundance. I want to know, what are you learning in your season of singleness? Share one thing God is showing you in the comments. You never know who you'll encourage just by opening your heart. And if this message is helping you see your season with new eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Like the video, subscribe for more faith-centered wisdom, and send this to a friend who needs to be reminded. This time is not a curse to endure. It is a calling to embrace. Now, I want to lovingly challenge you to pause, take a breath, and look deep inside your heart. Ask yourself, honestly and without judgment, are you searching for a partner to complete your story? Or are you trying to fill a void that only God was ever meant to satisfy? Let that question sit with you, because here's a truth that many people never hear clearly enough. Being single is not a curse. It's not a flaw. It's not a waiting room you're stuck in until someone chooses you. It's not a problem to fix or a season to rush through. It's a calling, a powerful, purposeful, and sacred season, if you choose to see it that way. And listen, if you're feeling lonely right now, that's okay. That doesn't make you weak or unworthy. It makes you human. Don't ignore the feeling. Acknowledge it. But here's the key. Don't let loneliness drive you into a relationship that could delay your destiny. Let it be a signal, not a sentence, a redirection. Let that ache be the nudge that draws you deeper into the presence of God, into growth, into preparation, so that when love comes, you meet it with a full heart and a clear mind. If this is speaking to your heart, drop a word in the comments and tell me, what's one way you're growing in this season of singleness? Whether it's through faith, healing, purpose, or passion, I want to hear it. Your story matters, and your journey could inspire someone else. So, here's my invitation to you today. Use this season wisely. Don't wish it away. Invest in it. Go deeper in your faith. Get clear on your calling. Chase after what lights your soul on fire. Because when the time is right, not when you are desperate or pressured, but when you are truly ready, God will bring the right person into your life. Not to complete you, but to complement the purpose He's already placed within you. And if this message has touched something in you today, here's what you can do. Comment below. What are you learning or building in this season? Subscribe to Dovey Hearts for more real talk like this, grounded in faith and truth. Share this video with someone who needs this reminder right now. You never know how one small word of encouragement can change the course of someone's day or their life. And please, hold this close to your heart. Your worth has never been tied to your relationship status. You are not missing something. You are not falling behind. You are whole. You are deeply loved. And your most beautiful chapter? It is still being written. You may not see it yet, but every quiet act of faith, every surrendered tear, every moment of growth, it's all part of the masterpiece God is creating in you. So keep growing, keep trusting, keep showing up as the amazing, authentic you. Because what's ahead, it won't just be worth the wait, it will exceed it. Because your story is being written by the author of beauty, purpose, and perfect timing, and He's not done yet. Until we meet again, keep walking in purpose, and keep trusting the one who writes your story better than you ever could.